First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Theresa Moriarty is, her acting journey began at the tender age of 8. Her first roles included skits on Saturday Night Live and Conan O'Brien, where she coached Conan on being a cool teen. After graduating from Manhattan College with a BA in English, Literature, and Art History, she decided to take acting seriously and make it her career. Then headed to Susan Batson's studio for advanced training. She will star in a feature film being released nationwide tomorrow called Made in Chinatown. She currently lives and works in New York City. And Theresa from here is on the line, although she's there now, right?
Yeah, she's there now.
But
from
she's
here
from
originally,
here. Yeah.
Joining us now.
Theresa Moriarty, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on. So,
of course, thanks for having me.
So, living in New York, from here, and seems like you're in the process of making it big.
Trying, right? Yeah. So I am an actor, a voiceover artist, based in New York City, and yeah, that's what I do every day. I pretend to be other people.
So, tell me about this movie that's Made in Chinatown.
Yeah, so tomorrow, May 11th, Made in Chinatown's coming out. It is a very slapstick comedy film, so funny, about the cross-section of Little Italy and Chinatown in New York City. The main character, Vinny Chow, wants to date a very incredibly wonderful Italian girl played by me. Nice. And all of the silly hijinks that he ensues to try to join the Italian mob and become Italian in order to win my heart. It's a lot of kung fu and silly slapstick comedy, and it's a really cool movie. I'm excited for people to see it.
Now, how it's being released nationwide, not everybody's going into theaters these days. Will it also be streamed? Is there a place to get it online?
It is, yes. It's actually going to be on streaming and DVD tomorrow. So that is Amazon, DirecTV, Comcast, Fandango Now, iTunes, all that kind of
okay. Really, really cool. So you're now a multimillionaire. Congratulations.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I'm actually sitting in a bathtub of cash as we speak. Nice. It's very strange.
That is awesome. Andrew.
So your first appearance on SNL was actually when you were 10. Is that correct? Can you tell us a little bit about how that happened?
Yeah, I was just a kid, and I was, with my mom, and I would go to auditions and things. And my manager, agent at the time, was like, "Oh, SNL needs like some kids to fill in the skits because there's obviously no children in the cast."
Right.
So it was kind of like under 5 roles, and I went to the audition, and they just were asking me a bunch of questions, and I was a 10-year-old kid, so I started telling them about how I had a party with the Backstreet Boys. And really the party was just at my nanny's pool with my cousins. Like, it wasn't, And so whether they thought I knew the Backstreet Boys or they thought I had a great imagination, I ended up getting the role. So I did just a handful of skits. And I didn't know what SNL was when I was, 8, 10 years old. So all of a sudden I was on set, and, Will Ferrell and Sherry O'Terry were, like, putting my hair in pigtails. And I was like, why? I want to do this forever. And I always do this. And then, so I have kind of.
So was that one of their cheerleading, the cheerleader sketch? Is that what that was?
To be completely honest, I barely remember. Probably. I remember Brendan Fraser was the host, and I remember most of it didn't air because the World Series ran over.
Wow. That is...
And that's all I remember. And I just remember having, like, the best time. And I sat in holding to wait to shoot my scenes.
Yeah.
I sat on the set of the Rosie O'Donnell show. Do you remember the Rosie O'Donnell show?
Who could forget?
Yeah. The big Tom Selleck.
And I remember being like, this is amazing. And I didn't know. I mean, I was a 10-year-old kid. I knew nothing.
Sure.
I was like, this is incredible.
And where did you go? Did you go to Utica schools?
I did. I went to Proctor.
Okay, cool.
When did you graduate?
Yeah.
Did you graduate from Proctor?
I did. I graduated from Proctor in 2006. And then I actually went to MVCC for a semester before going to Manhattan College.
Cool.
That is so cool.
Well, it's what's it
well,
like there?
I'm a Utica girl.
What's it like there right now? And have you been there? Were you there before the pandemic? And
I was, yeah. So I've been in New York since school. So and the pandemic was, I mean, it was really crazy. My husband and I were just talking the other day about how certain clothes that we were wearing like last spring, like he put on a pair of shorts, and I was like, oh, I have like a little like PTSD. Like, I mean, it was completely shut down. You were hearing sirens all day long. Like, it was a really scary time, and I don't think collectively we've processed any of that yet as a society.
Yeah.
But now things are really looking hopeful again. Restaurants are back open. People are really, to see the arts adapt through this time has been really inspiring. I also do stand-up comedy, and so quickly, you know, we were doing shows in the park. Clubs are doing curbside comedy. So people have really adapted during this time. And then in terms of acting for film and television, everything has just turned into a self-tape, which we were doing some of anyway. So now, you know, production reaches out to our teams, and we just send our own rendition of that audition that we would normally do in person.
Yeah, boy, it's crazy, right? I mean, you're even seeing people right now or over the last year where if they've landed something, they're taping their parts at home. A lot of the late night shows were doing stuff like that.
Yep, completely.
Which
everything is on Zoom.
Yeah, just the crazy world. But you're right; it does seem to be bouncing back, which is a really good thing. So, do you get home often, or you just stay right there in New York City?
Every so often, you know, I have the big Utica Italian American family, so you know all the christenings and birthday parties, and you know, pre-pandemic, of course, I'm home for, and all the holidays. So yeah, I try to get home as much as we can. It's a short drive, so we're able to pop down for the weekend here and there.
All right, Theresa Moriarty. It is the movie which gets released tomorrow, Made in Chinatown. It streams as well as hitting theaters. Pretty cool. We'll be checking it out, and thanks for taking the time, Theresa.
Thanks so much for having me. Everybody check out the movie. Have an awesome day.
All right, and by the way, we're reopening our comedy club up here, Fat Cats Comedy Club, in the fall. So who knows?
Amazing.
Maybe we put something together. That could be big.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure. I would love to. Thanks so much.
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Have a great day.
You too. Theresa Moriarty.
Good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Made in Chinatown will be released on all the platforms. You can check it out, or you can go to the movies and see it. Made in Chinatown. She plays a lead role. An Italian.
That is awesome.
Perfect for her, right?
Exactly.
Perfect. She's from here.